Oh, how's everybody doing? Hold on, is this thing on? Yeah, this thing is on. But the me thing is not on. Hold on, you can't see me. I'm just a disembodied voice. Ciao. I'm in the dark. I look like I'm in the dark, dude. That shit murders me, dude. It's so crazy. It is, without a doubt, dude, like, one of the funniest things I've ever seen like, ever.
You gotta be in my ass, you braggart, boy, you gotta shut my motherfucking damn you, fuck, boy. It's me and you, bitch. Yeah, he said.
Pull my cock, I'm gay.
Pull my cock, I'm gay. Things are happening to me.
Suck my balls. Suck my balls. Gay. Who made that, dude? How do we top yesterday? Cringe rule. I'm sure that you definitely have an idea of how you can top yesterday. However, let me just start out by reviewing Toy Story 5. Gay things are happening to me. Suck my balls. Can I spell? Doesn't matter.
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
That wasn't even in the movie, I don't think, dude.
Sure is.
All right. Let's get into this this thing. Ha ha ha. Get it? I said thing. So, Toy Story 5. So, Small Soldiers, different movie. So, let me just start out this review by saying that Toy Story 4 is a movie I watched for the first time yesterday. And I didn't have like any fond appreciation for Toy Story 4. I remember seeing enough of it that I was like, man, I think the animation on the dummies is hysterical, but I fell asleep. I saw like the part with Duke Kaboom, and I was just like, whatever. I'm not into it. And yeah, I just wrote it off. But then when I rewatched it yesterday, I thought it was actually really nice. I don't think that it's nearly as good as the original trilogy. And in its own right, it stands apart. And I really appreciate that. But it stands apart in a way where it's almost like a special. But, you know, it's a movie. So I guess that's kind of like what that is. But I guess it's just, you know, our view of storytelling. Because everything is on a screen like this, you know, it's been warped, and that's not me doing any foreshadowing of the movie talking about what the Toy Story 5 tackles, but I really thought that Toy Story 4 was like, it was a good story, but like I've seen better adventures with higher stakes and better character arcs for all of these characters. You know, my new favorite term is a victory lap with these things. Toy Story 4 as a movie really feels like a victory lap. And I didn't think that Toy Story 5 was gonna do something like that, because like after watching it and then thinking about the trailer for Toy Story 5, I was like, all right, this movie's gonna be about Jessie, you know, and obviously Bonnie. And I didn't realize it until after. But I'm a 34-year-old man who went to the screening of the animated movie about a little girl who wants to make friends and her cowgirl toy. And it was unbelievably relatable and wholesome and sharp and really, you know, fun. I think I gotta think about it a little bit more to be able to really place it up there on the board. But without a doubt, in the running, it's better than the last one. All right, I'll give you that. I don't think that it surpasses, but I think that this could stand shoulder to shoulder with the other movies, and here's why. The movie is addressing something that has always been the elephant in the room with these movies for me from when I was a kid. I was like, I love my Woody action figure, but, and I quote, 8-year-old me said something like, why is Andy gay? Why doesn't he have a PlayStation? You know, something along those lines. It was always like, where's that technology? And this movie was kind of like their way of catching up with that. And a lot of studios, Disney included, in fact, would, if there weren't the people who were behind this movie, this could have been handled so poorly. This could have been Emoji Movie 2. But this movie actually has something to fucking say. And it's not afraid to say it, and it's not afraid to be honest, you know? It's also not fully swinging the pendulum, you know, the other way of like doing the total opposite of what something like Emoji Movie did. It's like, yeah, you know what? Cell phones are bad, but we're emojis, so they're cool. Wink. You know, like this had a very, in a way, profound approach. And the approach is really about what it's saying is the meaning in all of this, and like seeing, you know, the characters' arcs represent that. And then on top of this, like on another layer, totally unrelated to this, like in my personal experience, and I could write a fucking banger essay about this, and it bums me out that I won't be in the room to say this to Corey and Martin, because I don't think it's that crazy. I think they would call me crazy and they would just say it's you, but maybe not. But I think that one of the reasons I love this franchise, man, is because the toys, in a way, are actors. And the kids are the writers and directors, you know? And like the way that they talk about it, it just, and it's because like, you know, like they are a thing made for kids. But these characters, the individual, the dinosaur, the potato man, you know, but this Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Little Bo Peep, like all these dinosaurs or all these toys, sorry, like a unicorn, whatever, all these toys are adults. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a very specific toy voiced by a child. But for the most part, they've always, like, maybe it took this movie and maybe this one just made it very obvious to me, or they slanted it like this in this one, but it really feels like a bunch of actors. That's what I was thinking about, because it's all about putting on a good show for people and hitting your marks and being there. And, you know, the whole thing of being ready, you know, before Andy's birthday, all these kids are coming in, or like the toys getting excited for when kids are going to come play with them. That's just like an actor receiving an audience. So like, I love that. I really love that. And the way that this movie addresses things, I'm not going to go into detail. The DT Reddit makes a cameo in this movie. okay? The movie fucking, it takes the camera and it turns it at you. And they were like, asshole? Like, it's crazy, man, how they do it in a way that it never, like, I don't know. The animators are so good. And I think that the animation speaks for itself, you know? Like the little girl who voices Bonnie, maybe she's a little bit older now, but either way, she is really well directed. She's really well directed. And like there's some really heavy scenes in there, man. They're heavy scenes for a kid, dude, because, you know, it's I think that the movie has good morals, you know? I think that the way that they address technology was impressive. And I commend Disney for letting Toy Story 5 talk its shit, dude. I don't know, man. It might be about in sex, dude. I keep seeing amazing shit, dude. I don't know. It at the very least, I'm giving it a very high full price. I loved it, man. It was so charming. Like everything that the characters say feels aimed at the adults, you know? Man, and the way that, you know, there's that big thing in the trailer with the army of Buzz Lightyears, you know, the whole small soldiers thing. I think that people are going to be split on that. Some people will have a stupid opinion, and then the other people will be right, like me. But that's for another time. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was touched by this movie, dude. I was touched, even though there were moron parents everywhere. Like there were adults talking to children in the movie. Like I heard moms going, "Oh, this is about to happen." Shut up. We're all watching it, dumbass. I didn't say that. I hit him with a shh. Shh. With a box of shh with your name on it. I was, dude. I was. They make you root for this little girl, man. They make like you love these characters. You love them, man. Like it's such a good thing to want to do. And like on top of everything I said, at one point the movie got me to do this. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but it happened, dude. Something that we've all wanted since day one in Toy Story, dude. If they make another one, I'm down. I think that there are other stories that they could tell. In Toy Story, I trust, dude. I could see them making a movie that focuses on Buzz Lightyear and Jessie. I think that, dude, it does justify its existence. Yeah, they're really clever. I don't want to give away what they do, but I really like. Everything in the movie is super logical, man. Like, it gets a little bit wonky, but it's so good, dude. Like, I love the way that the movie escalates things. Conan O'Brien is in the movie. Like, it's, man, really fun. Really, really fun. I ain't hating. Conan at his best, honestly. Conan at his best, dude. I'm not even going to tell you what his role is. I've said too much. Yeah, guys, really awesome. Like, I'm glad that, hey, let's get some big love. Keep this in the YouTube video, Gary. Big shout out and love to Cringe Rule in the chat. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. If we wouldn't have hit the insane sub goal that we hit yesterday, I would not have seen this movie. As much as I enjoyed it and had a wonderful time watching it. By the way, I'm no longer going to the Alamo Drafthouse. Proud of myself about that. Change your rules back to how they were. I hate it now. The screen was also just way bigger at the Regal. Yeah. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Shout out to the Cringe Rule in the chat. He dropped a massive 150 subs yesterday. So he has gotten us to 100, or he dropped 100 subs, over 100 subs. And now we're at 157 out of 200 sub points for a subathon. Which I don't know what the regulations and all the shit will be for that. But if we hit that 200 sub goal, subathon the next stream. May not be the next day because I need a day to prepare. But yeah. Yeah. All right, end of video. Thanks for watching. YouTube out.